Well, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Sean Hemman here for your Tuesday, April the 2nd weather briefing, and we have got a lot to go over, folks, so let's get right into it. It's 5:16, and there's the radar this morning. You can see not much happening here in the Lake Cumberland area. A little pop-up shower, and looks like right on the border of Metcalfe and Adair County, but nothing severe at this time for us. But looking back off to our west, let's zoom in here. This is back in Paducah over in western Kentucky. Already have some tornado warnings in western Kentucky. And then looks like the Weather Service just issued a massive severe thunderstorm warning that encompasses several counties in that part of the region and just to the west of Madisonville. This is all part of a complex of storms that's been going on throughout the overnight hours. I'll zoom things out here, and we'll put this into motion. You can see this complex is moving off to the east and northeast. This is not the main event. This is round one, if you will, and I think that as the morning progresses, this will weaken, and I don't think it's really going to be much of a problem for us here in the Lake Cumberland region. Now, this could play a factor in what happens this afternoon. You know, if we can get this rain to kind of sit on top of an area for several hours, that could help to keep the atmosphere from really destabilizing. But the big thing today, folks, is you don't want to see any kind of sunshine. We don't want to have any kind of sunshine, because if we get sunshine, then the atmosphere is just going to be able to destabilize, and that could lead to some really rough weather later on this afternoon. So let's go right to the graphics. There is the severe weather threat. This is as of 5 o'clock this morning. And you don't see that red area very often. That is a level 4 moderate risk. And that includes Louisville, Lexington, Frankfort, E-Town, Mount Sterling, and points to the north. For us here in the Lake Cumberland region, we are in that level 3 enhanced risk. And it remains to be seen if that level 4 moderate risk will be expanded to include us. I imagine if we start to get any kind of sunshine and the atmosphere is really able to destabilize, that could lead to that being expanded. But as of right now, we are in a level 3 enhanced risk. That level 4 moderate risk is off to our north. Let's take a look at some of the specifics here. Let's pull up the tornado probabilities. And you can see the area for us. Let me zoom it out a little bit. We are in that 10% area for a tornado. That's within any given point within a 25-mile radius. And that's something you don't see very often here in Kentucky. So it's definitely going to be something we are keeping a very close watch on. So, again, just not wanting to scare anybody. That's not, y'all know that's not what I do here. It's all about giving you the information you need to make a decision. Now, here's something else I'm going to show you. This little blinking blob, if you will, with the dashed lines, that is probability of a significant tornado. And you can see that encompasses pretty much all of Kentucky. Now, whenever I say a strong tornado, it's EF2 or higher. Does that mean that everybody's going to get big tornadoes today? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That just means that the possibility is there. Something else that's possible is significant wind damage. So there are several parameters in place that are showing that we could have some really rough weather later on today and into this afternoon and into the early evening hours. So let's jump back over here. And I'm going to turn off the radar data. We're going to go into some of the future radar, the model products, if you will. So let's get right into that. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to turn off the warnings. So let's just turn off the severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings, and we'll go into the future radar. This is the high-resolution rapid refresh model. All right, we got that switched over now, so let's just take this throughout the day today. I'm going to turn this on here, and you can see as we go through the mid-morning, don't really see a whole lot happening, but watch what happens. Well, early morning, you can see mid-morning into the early afternoon hours, we start to see some development, and this is where we get concerned here, folks, because you see some of these individual cells, those are supercells, and when you get those by themselves, that's when you can have that increased tornado threats. That's what we're concerned about. And you can see this run of the model has stuff starting pretty early. And you can see as we go through the afternoon hours, things continue to develop, and that moves to our area. And it looks like we may have a squall line try to develop. But the big thing is the individual storms or those supercells. And by later on tonight, things will quiet down. So I think this is going to be mainly a midday to afternoon and early evening event. Like I looked at yesterday, we're going to pull up the significant tornado parameter. Let me get that inspector right on top of our area. And let's just move this throughout the morning. Now watch this, folks. Look at some of these numbers coming in here. You got a 1, but as you go up to the west, look at that. 3, 4. And these numbers just continue to go higher. Now, we're not seeing those kind of numbers in our area, but anything over 1.5 to anything, I'll try to learn to talk here in a minute. Anything over 1.5 to 2 is pretty significant. So there's definitely enough juice in the atmosphere for the development of tornadoes. Let's pull up the CAPE. This is the convective available potential energy, the fuel, if you will, for severe weather. Okay, so checking out the CAPE values. Now, this is something we usually have an issue with because there's been a lot of times here in Kentucky and South Central Kentucky where we've had these events where a lot of the ingredients are there, but you don't have that energy, which is the CAPE values. But look at this, folks. 1,800 joules per kilogram. That is more than enough CAPE, more than enough fuel to the fire, if you will, for strong to severe storms. So we unfortunately do have that. Look at that, 2,000, which is something you don't really see values that high often here in Kentucky. So that's why we are really concerned about that severe weather threat for later on today. So again, this is something we are going to be continuing to watch extremely closely. And you need to make sure that you have multiple ways to receive watches and warnings. Make sure that you have your wireless emergency alerts, the WIA alerts, enabled on your smartphone. Make sure you've got everything, every tool in the bag, if you will, to be prepared for the potential for strong to severe storms. So again, we're going to be keeping a very close watch on this throughout the day today. Let me go back here and let's turn the alerts back on. I think we still have some tornado warnings across parts of western Kentucky. Looks like those are back in Illinois. But like I was telling you, you can see that squall line is really starting to weaken out. Now, we've had a few little showers form in the Lake Cumberland region, but these are nothing to be concerned about. They're not, they've not strengthened or anything like that. But, we'll be watching that. But the big thing is no sunshine. We don't want to have any kind of sunshine today, folks. That's what we're going to be hoping that we do not see. Going back to the main graphic system, you can see, again, there's the risks. Russell County in the Lake Cumberland region and that level 3 enhanced risk. We do note that level 4 moderate risk just to our north, and we'll see if that gets expanded. But even if it doesn't, just understand that there is the threat for strong to severe storms today. Make sure you have a plan in place in case any kind of severe weather occurs in the region. And, of course, stay tuned right here. We'll keep you up to date with the very latest. All right, folks, have a great Tuesday. Stay safe out there, and I will continue to push updates out on social media as well as on the radio on Laker Country 104.9, online at lakercountry.com, and make sure you download our app to stream us.